So I was going for a bike ride in the city last weekend, and this is what I saw at Pier 39, Fisherman's Wharf on a Saturday at noon. Saddest sight ever. I'm not used to this. It's really rough. And I even went to Valencia Street. And this is another really nice area in San Francisco that's usually really busy, not boarded up businesses. And the only trucks and people you see lining up there are just more trucks to board up those windows. It's tough. It's really tough watching this right now as it unfolds in the city. And this is San Francisco. I'm talking about one of the places where we make so much money. There's so many people willing to spend so much dough. Businesses are shut down. People are out of jobs. Everybody that works for those companies, for those businesses, for those stores, they're out of a job right now. Small businesses make up a huge percentage of the US economy, and they hire so many people. There's so many jobs right now that are in jeopardy. So I want to ask you, how much reserves do you have to ride out this mess if crap hit the fan and you lost your job? Can you survive? Can you survive more than a month? Because statistically, looking at everybody out there, they're saying people cannot even last a month. And businesses are shut down all over the country. If people keep doing stuff like this in Florida, it's going to take a lot longer for things to get back to normal. So what I'm doing personally is I'm keeping a year in reserves. If crap hits the fan, I can cover for a whole year. And I have a backup plan to cover for 2 years if I had to. So that's a little overkill, right? That's just me. I have a family. I have people that depend on me. So I want to make sure everybody's covered. But I'm still investing. I'm not saying I'm panic mode and I'm just going to shell up. I'm still looking out for opportunities in the stock market, right? There's deals all the time nowadays. And then also I'm still looking for real estate, right? I'm still keeping an eye out for my third duplex in San Francisco. I would love to swoop one up right about now. So I'm still open to investing and opportunities in things that will make you money. Hey, what's up? My name is Henry. Welcome to the Wong Mindset. So since so many businesses are closed right now, the longer they're closed for, the more likely they're going to be closed for good, right? They may not be coming back. How much reserves do those companies have to hold out for months on months? How many jobs are going to be lost? How many jobs are permanently lost? It's crazy out there. This isn't just a stock market correction, right? Like, yeah, the stock market's going down. I don't give a crap. This is the economy. The businesses aren't functioning. People aren't working. People aren't spending. There's going to be a big problem. We are going to be all screwed if things don't get back to normal soon. So I'm just saying that you have to have some cash on hand if you want to survive this whole thing. It's going to be crazy out there. Do you have the dough to ride this out? So the first thing I suggest you do is to have 6 months of reserves. Make sure you always have that. 6 months is a really good amount, so you can survive and then you can strategize on your next steps, what you want to do next, what your next plan is to find something else if you lost your job or whatever it is. 6 months is a good rule of thumb. The next thing you gotta do is look at your expenses. Have a budget or track your expenses. I made a video on that. You can check that out, but make sure you look at everything that you spend every single month that's reoccurring. A lot of times you can cut so much fat out. You can easily save a couple $100 from stuff that you don't even use, you don't need, you don't care about. If you just made a phone call and just cut all of that stuff out, most of the time you can save a couple $100 right there and put that aside into your reserves. Also, minimize your high interest debt. If you got a credit card, 28% interest rate, please pay those off first. Okay, knock that thing out. If you lose your job or if all hell breaks loose and you have to pay for a 30% interest rate card, you got no chance. Okay, you're gonna be on the sidewalk trying to figure things out. And the next thing, rethink your discretionary spending. If you were planning to get that new car or to upgrade to that newer, nicer house right now, unless it makes you money, you have to rethink it. If you have so much money that you could buy these things and still have a year of reserves, then I'm not worried about you, okay? If you can afford it, you can afford it. But I would still say, even if you could afford it, you might just hold off for a little bit just to see how things play out. You might need that money. And the other thing is you could also use that money to invest in opportunities, because right now, these are the times to get those deals. And don't get fancy with your job, okay? Unless your job is at risk. Don't try to go out there and find something. Oh, I don't like this right now. I'm gonna find something. You might wanna sit tight for a little bit. If it's a nice, solid job that, you know, the industry is pretty strong, you think it'll ride it out, you might just wanna ride this thing out for a little bit longer, at least a couple months, right? Don't be messing around right now. I've known people that did a jump right smack dab into one of these recessions, and then their company just folded. Okay, they lost their job. They couldn't find anything for a while during a recession. Okay, that's gonna be rough. If it gets to that point, you got hit, you lost your job. What I wanna say is, let's say you had a really good paying job, right? You're used to a certain standard, or you're a certain title, or you're a certain level, whatever. I'm saying, don't be afraid to find something that you can just jump right in, right? But if you're in high demand, you can find another job that pays the same amount or more tomorrow. I'm not worried about you. I'm talking about if you can't find something immediately, make sure you get your foot in the door into something, right? Get your foot into something. I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about something that makes sense, that you can just go to quickly and still make some kind of income. Right now, I would say get your foot in the door. Don't be afraid to do that. And then find something as you're working. Okay, it's always easier when you're in the workforce, and then you're just constantly looking on the side to find something better, and then things always pop up. But if you just start getting picky, like, oh man, I don't really like this, not really what I want to do, you know, this is not something that, you know, this not really interests me, and I'm just bored, you're crazy. Okay, don't do that. Make sure you find something that you get your foot in there quick, and then start looking at some other jobs. Also, this is the time to start looking at more streams of income, other ways to make more money. This is the time to be conservative, save that money, make more money, because we really don't know what industry is gonna get hit, okay? The longer this drags out, the more businesses really close for good, right? People lose their jobs for good. You don't know what other industries are gonna get hit because of that. So it's really important to do all of these things, just to be in position, not get panicked, not to freak out, but just to be prepared. I have some buddies that are in certain industries, high paying jobs, great jobs, you think are safe jobs. They're worried they're at risk, right? They're talking to people, and there's no guarantee they're gonna last the next wave, right? Of companies that go under. And just look at all of the businesses that are boarded up in San Francisco. And they're talking about the unemployment going up to 80,000 last week versus normally 2,000, you know, requests. That's scary. And how long can the government hold out for? Unlimited support, right? QE, zero interest rate, unlimited printing money. I mean, I don't know, but that doesn't sound very safe in the long run. If the government just keeps printing and printing like there's no tomorrow, sooner or later it's gonna hit us. So don't just depend on the government to bail us all out. I mean, they're in trouble too. At some point, they're just playing chicken with their debt. And at this rate, we're almost tapped out of strategies to try to keep this thing up. So I'm still investing. I'm still looking at opportunities all the time. I'm not saying panic, right? I'm just saying to have a good amount of reserves. Make sure you're smart with your money, smart with your life, smart with your family, and then look at the probabilities. There's pretty high chance the way things are going that things are gonna go to crap. If it doesn't, that's great. I don't want it to go to crap, but I'm prepared if it does. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching this video, and good luck out there.